So, 3 ships just sank, and I don't know how I feel about it. Roll the intro.
My little pony, what is friendship all about? My little pony, friendship is magic.
Greetings, my Brony and Pegasus friends. Welcome to Crimson Analysis. In this episode, I will be analyzing Season 7, Episode 8, Hard to Say Anything. We begin with the CMC. They've been getting a lot of screen time in the past few episodes. They had a cameo at the end of Fluttershy Leans In, then we had an episode focused on Sweetie Belle, then we had an episode focused on Scootaloo, and now all 3 of them, it looks like. So Big Mac has been going to Starlight's old village a lot lately. I've always wondered, how long does it actually take to get there? And Big Mac likes Sugar Belle. And she does too. She's very openly flirting with him. Did you hear that? That's all the ships exploding. So far, we've had 3 focused on Big Mac. Big Mac and Fluttershy, which I don't really know how that got started, doesn't make any sense to me. Big Mac and Cheerilee, which is actually one of my favorite ships. I really like this one. And then Big Mac and Marble Pie. And while we're on the subject of ships, I never know why they didn't investigate Big Mac and Cheerilee more. I mean, sure, they were brought together using a love potion, or love poison, but even after that, they were shown in multiple episodes walking around together. The Big Mac and Cheerilee ship I really liked. I thought it was a really good idea, but they never capitalized on it. The only times they showed them together was in the background and was never a focal point. Now that ship has just gone kaput and they're focusing on Big Mac and Sugar Belle, which I don't really mind too much. I mean, I like the Big Mac Cheerilee thing, but I'm not too upset about it. I mean, I like Sugar Belle. She's adorable. The rest of the episode is Big Mac trying to tell her that he likes her without actually saying it. You know, I'm a big believer in the actions speak louder than the words thing, but this is ridiculous. And in comes this guy.
Hey girl, I was writing poetry by the pond when I saw these flowers. I thought I'd show them how pretty you are.
Oh, thanks, Featherbanks.
Yes, I know he's based on Justin Bieber, but I think there's a little bit of Harry Styles in there too. Now, there are a lot of people that really hate this guy, Ponyville Ranger being one of them, but I don't actually think he's that bad. I mean, he's the main antagonist to Big Mac. That's why we hate him, because we want Big Mac to get the girl. But I don't think he's that bad. I don't hate him that much. In fact, he even gets some character development at the end of the episode.
I'll always catch you if you fall.
And there's the Beauty and the Beast reference. I was expecting that. You know, I actually think this guy's more like Gaston than Justin Bieber. I mean, he's obviously based on Justin Bieber. The hair makes that obvious. And in case you're wondering, yes, I did realize that she is called Sugar Belle. Belle as in Beauty and the Beast. That fact was not lost on me. I'm gonna say it again. She is adorable. You know, if I ever make a top 10 list on the cutest background ponies, she is definitely number 3. Who's number 1, you ask? Derpy, obviously.
Muffin?
But let's see him compete with a song.
Say what now?
Wait, we get a song? Big Mac gets a song. Is this like a legitimate song, or is it just a ripoff?
Down by the river, watch the sunset from the field. We'll plant the seeds of love together and water them right for a really good yield. Sugar Belle, sweet as pie, you're the apple of my eye.
When you appeared before me, my heart stopped beating, stars crossed the sky to come see what I was seeing. You were the one that made me believe I could fly. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
This is obviously a Justin Bieber parody. Or wait,
That says beautiful
maybe it's a One Direction parody.
thing. That's
I don't know, I don't feel like listening to their songs to find out. This is obviously a direct parody of either Justin Bieber or One Direction because I recognize the melody. You know, both these songs aren't bad. The first verse for both of them is actually pretty good. It's when they start trying to outdo each other that it all falls apart.
Sugar Belle, Sugar Belle, Sugar
and Big Mac finally discovers the right thing to do.
But Sugar Bell's not a fairy tale princess. She's a real pony.
You have to try and do something that will mean a lot to her, not what all the Disney princesses like. You know, for a while I wasn't quite sure how they'd remedy this, but right around the kissing scene is when it hit me like a lightning bolt. Her display. She said she needed a bigger one, and it would mean a lot to her to get one. I wasn't sure if they would use that in this episode, but I thought it would be the perfect conclusion. And that actually ended up happening. Now, this doesn't fall under predictability because of the fact that I didn't know if they'd actually use it or not. I thought it was a good idea, but I didn't know for sure if they'd actually use it. Okay, people, say it with me. Ah. Okay, I'm on board. I'm a little sad that the Big Mac Cheerilee ship is gone, but I'm on board. The Big Mac and Sugar Bell ship has set sail. Hopefully they refer back to this at some point and show us how it's going, and not just gloss over it like they did with the other two. Yes, I said other two. The Big Mac and Fluttershy thing made no sense. I don't even know how that got started. That had to be a fan thing. There was nothing in the show, no evidence that supported that. Final thoughts? This was a great episode. I really enjoyed it. This has to be one of my favorite episodes of the season. It had a reasonably good song.
Sugar Bell, sweet as pie. You're the apple of my eye.
Sugar, sugar bell, oh, when will you tell me that you feel the same? Like an angel on a candy cane.
At least the first verse for both of the guys. And it even had some funny parts.
First crush? What about Cheerilee?
It doesn't really count when you trick a pony into drinking a love potion, does it?
Nope.
And again, the show is still focusing on secondary characters and callbacks to previous episodes.
No love potions.
You know, I don't ever think we've seen such open flirtation as in this episode. I mean, she's clearly flirting with him. And one more thing I want to mention. I do believe actions speak louder than words, but the actions they were taking here was ridiculous. I mean, the damsel in distress thing. To my knowledge, I cannot think of a single time that has actually worked in the real world. I've never seen that work. Second of all, the kiss scene. Nowadays, that's called stalking, and it's very, very creepy. Actions may speak louder than words, but at this point, it might have been easier just to tell her how you felt. But even in saying that, I know it is not easy. There have been a lot of times in my life where I wanted to tell Amara I liked her, and it was not easy to say. It's a lot easier to do an action and let it speak for itself than to actually say it with words. But in the end, it worked out alright. Big Mac found something that she would appreciate and gave her a bigger display case.
Look, I can main flip, write poetry, and juggle, but actually talking to a pony, it scares me almost as much as loneliness. Will you help me, please?
And look at that, he actually gets a little bit of character development at the end. That's why I don't hate this guy. I think he's actually a good and nice guy. It's just that because he was in conflict with Big Mac is the reason we didn't like him. I will give this episode a 9.2 out of 10. I really enjoyed it, and it was a fun ride all the way through, and is now my favorite episode of the season. Well, that's all for this episode of Crimson Analysis. I'm Crimson Shield. Thanks for watching.
To come see what I was seeing, you were the one that made me believe I could fly.